Welcome back to NGC. As we continue to manage the COVID-19 pandemic situation and operate with caution and prudence, it is important to note the measures required to protect you, our contractors, your colleagues, and the NGC employees with whom you work. The NGC Group is committed to actively ensuring the safety, health, and well-being of all its employees, contractors, and visitors. We are all in this together, and we will come out of it stronger than before. The requirements outlined in this presentation will help reduce the risk of contracting and spreading COVID-19 while at work. Please give your full attention. Your behaviors outside NGC and your company will impact what happens in both places. It is imperative that you practice safe behaviors both at work and at home. You are encouraged to check your temperature prior to coming to NGC. If you have a fever, cough, or cold, please stay home and seek medical attention. If you are exhibiting flu-like symptoms, you are required to update NGC's health declaration form for contractors and to seek medical clearance from your personal doctor and your company's medical representative before returning to work. Please contact your company and/or your company's medical representative to make the necessary arrangements. Your company must then immediately inform your NGC contact. He or she will then update the NGC occupational health nurse for further action. Please exercise caution on your commute to work, especially when using public transportation. Wear a double mask and maintain a 6-foot physical distance from other persons. As far as possible, refrain from touching public surfaces. To ensure passenger safety, occupancy limits should be set for vehicles to minimize the number of persons traveling together at the same time. NGC recommends that only 2 persons be allowed in a vehicle at the same time, with occupants of the vehicle wearing their cloth or N95 masks. Windows of the vehicle should be rolled down as much as possible to allow for ventilation. Sanitize your hands as soon as you have arrived at your destination. You will also be required to submit the contractor's health declaration form 24 hours prior to your expected arrival at any NGC facility. Upon arriving at the job site, your temperature will be taken using a thermal scanner. You may be subjected to a rapid medical screening test for COVID-19. If your temperature is elevated beyond the acceptable limit of 37.3 degrees Celsius, you will be denied access to the site. If your rapid medical screening test is positive for COVID-19, you will be denied access to the site. If this happens, please return home and contact your company or doctor. Once again, you will be required to get clearance from your doctor and your company's medical representative before returning to work. Remember, if you have been in close contact with a person who has COVID-19, suspected or confirmed, you must immediately inform your company, who must relay this information to your NGC contact. He or she will then inform the NGC nurse. Please complete the contractor's health declaration form and do not report to any NGC facility. You will be required to get medical clearance from your personal doctor and your company's medical representative before returning to work. All return-to-work requests from contractors and their company must then be approved by the NGC nurse. If you have traveled outside of Trinidad and Tobago in the last 14 days, if you are experiencing any symptoms and/or taking medication for fever or cold, then you are required to indicate so on your contractor's health declaration form and do not report to NGC. You will be required to get medical clearance from your personal doctor and your company's medical representative before returning to NGC. We recognize that sustained social distancing is not always 100% possible when working. To assist, use the following masks. Use masks, non-FR masks to be used in the office areas. Cloth FR masks to be used on the plant. N95, KN95 masks to be used only when performing work on the facility. You are required to use masks once a distance of 6 feet cannot be maintained between persons. Please note that even when wearing masks, a distance of at least 3 feet must be maintained between you and others around you. We have made deliberate choices to pursue contactless principles by installing, where practical, automatic no-touch doors, door stops to keep doors open, automatic or step lever bins. We encourage you to utilize these features. As far as physically possible, contractors are to avoid handing over ID or other documents to security officers. You are to expose the document to the officer so that information can be extracted. Where necessary, drivers should open doors and trunks so that any required searches can be performed. When arriving at home after work, please try to leave your safety shoes outside the home and remove and wash all clothing as soon as possible. Take a shower right away before coming into contact with members of your household. Thank you for your attention. There will now be a short assessment.